everyone, it's Sharonda from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Netflix film The Dirt, which is streaming now on Netflix. And this film is directed by Jeff Tremaine, who's responsible for directing most of the JACKASS films, directed Bad Grandpa, produced on Ridiculousness, Robbin' Big, pretty much anything in that genre. Jeff Tremaine probably has something to do with it. And so this film is based on the 2001 autobiography on the Mötley Crüe band titled The Dirt: Confessions of the World's Most Notorious Rock Band. And so the book was written by Mick Mars, Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, and also they co-wrote this with journalist Neil Strauss. And so the film basically centers around how the Mötley Crüe band came to be, through the ups, through the downs, through the tragedy, through the craziness that happened with this band. And I have to say that I really had a great time watching this. This was so fun to watch after work today because I was really stressed out, you guys. So what I have to say going into what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, should you watch it, should you not watch it, let's go ahead and chat about it. And so one of the things that I have to say about this film off the bat, they did a really great job with casting. I really enjoyed the actors that they chose to portray these iconic characters. And first and foremost, I have to start with Machine Gun Kelly, who was one of my absolute faves as he portrayed Tommy Lee. I love the energy that he brought as Tommy Lee on screen. He was so fun to watch, and I really love to see his progression in his acting career from being a Nerve to also most recently Netflix film Bird Box and now The Dirt. Also too, the one person that we love to hate, I think his name, I don't want to mess it up, I probably am, Iwan Rheon, who plays Mick Mars. I really enjoy him. He's kind of this weird fellow as he's portraying one of these characters who I did actually want to see and learn a little bit more about, especially with the condition that he had to deal with in regards to his spine. But I thought he did a great job. Even though we love to hate him, I just cannot get past him being in Game of Thrones. He just bothers me every time I see him, but he's actually a really good actor. We should probably give him a chance. But also to Daniel Rubber, who portrays, Daniel Rubber, who portrays Vince Neil, who you know from 11/22/63, and he was also on The Punisher, which I totally forgot about. But I thought he did a great job portraying Vince Neil, who really had to bring a lot of the drama on screen, especially as we know what happened with him being involved in a car accident in which Razzle died, and also too kind of with another storyline. And if you guys don't know about his character in real life, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But also too, I have to give a shout out for Dylan Booth, who played Nikki Sixx, because he also brought a lot of the emotional drama to the film, kind of especially with his childhood, kind of watching how his childhood developed. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so crazy. But I really want to speak to a scene that kind of deals with the drug use with his character, and kind of as we see kind of this scene that happens in the beginning of the film with the scar that he has. I don't know if they intentionally did that, but I was just like, wow, I really enjoyed the imagery of that scene and really kind of watching him go through this downward spiral on film. I thought it was really portrayed very well. But can we give a shout out to Tony? I think it's Tony Cavallero. Yes, Tony Cavallero, who portrayed Ozzy Osbourne. I was just like, how did you bring this like iconic story to life? I was just like, you guys did a really great job. I'm not going to give anything away, but it has something to do with ants in a pool, and that's all I'm going to say. But Tony, you definitely did that. And I have to give kudos for basically the storytelling of it. And I know this may be a con for some, but guys, we cannot fit like how many years of story, crazy stories that have happened, things that have been portrayed in the news. How can you bring all of that into an hour and 47 minutes? And I think for the time allotment that was given, they did the best that they could, and it was fine. I was totally okay with it. To be honest, Netflix, you can really make a TV series out of this. I would totally be okay with watching The Dirt as a TV show. And I think it will play very well. I think you guys can still do this. If you're watching this, probably not. You probably should. You should probably go ahead and consider this to be a series on Netflix. I think fans would totally be okay with this and would give them more time to really go more in depth with these stories, because there's so many stories to tell and so little time to tell it when you're trying to make a film out of it. But I have to say that I think that they did a great job with the time that was given. Now for things that I might have an issue with, I wanted to hear a little bit more music, more of the big hits from the Mötley Crüe band. fan, and also too, for those kind of tragedies, those tragic moments that we saw throughout the film, I kind of wanted them to spend just a little bit more time on this. I really think that this definitely could have been fleshed out into at least a 2 or 2.5 hour film, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm happy that they went ahead and adapted this novel into a film for Netflix, and I also want to appreciate that they went for it. It was raunchy, it was dirty, and that is okay. Sometimes it is okay to be true to the time that they were in, and I really love that they didn't try to censor anything. They really didn't try to hold back in the film. So I guess it really wasn't that many negatives. I ended up actually giving it a positive with kind of the raunchiness, which is a shocker coming from me. But I had a lot of fun watching this. I would definitely tell you to go ahead and stream this film right now on Netflix. I'm sure you're bootlegging somebody's Netflix account. I didn't have a whole nother account pop up on mine. But those are pretty much my thoughts on the Netflix film, The Dirt. As always, my name is Sharronda from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell, and I will see you soon.